Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, final back at the Waking Sands. And as you can see on that cloth armor, yeah. This is obviously not the paladin, this is a summoner. Which I leveled off screen. There's my Ifrit summon. Just to show it off. Dark here. Hello? People? Shit. That can't be good. Raxia? This one is glad walking one is safe.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heaven she is safe. Louisoix, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more. Oh!
Advance no further!
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring her forth, and you may yet know mercy.
Confound it. Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
Too late?
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought. Conditions of surrender denied.
Cease at once!
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough! We leave. Bring the prisoners.
Walking one Minfilia. Ask this one to... In case walking one returned, this one was to say... A church in eastern Sanalan. Walking one must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect walking one Minfilia from Imperial ones. Forgive this one. Safe. Aponorexia. Okay. Then let's flee. To the Saint Landama Dharma Church. It was a shock returning home to that. Is something troubling you, my child? You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. Is there anything I can do to help? Anything at all, you need only ask. The wild roses are dead, father, and I know not what to do. The wild roses? I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. How could this have happened? And you are certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Gallians? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It's the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well do I recall the day of our first meeting. I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquess, would you come here for a moment? Yes, father. If you require assistance, pray speak with Marquez. He's a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain. Marquez is a survivor of a battle of Cartano. Alas, his experience took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marquez, I want you to look after Desiree. Do you understand? Yes, father. Those who wait. Excuse me, Desiree, do you have a moment? It concerns this broken horologe, which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There's something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device, it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Ulda in my stead to obtain a ballpoint chisel and a pair of needle-nosed pincers. If you are willing to do this, please note that, as they are uncommon tools, you may need to visit the Goldsmith's Guild and browse the markets in order to find them. And what do you have? I had just my luck. I scavenged this here oven, thinking I could use it to make myself hot meals, but it looks to be in a bad way. Lots of dents, a few holes even. Hey, you're pretty well traveled, ain't you? Ever seen one of these before? Or better yet, know how to fix it? No? Ah. Wait, I know who you ought to ask. Mind showing this oven to Marquez for me? He repaired a clockwork toy I found once, so maybe he can do something with it. Is there something I can do for you? This is an alchemist's alembic. You say the boy wishes to use it for cooking. I suppose it would be possible were to make some modifications, but I would need a bronze ornamental hammer to do so. Can you bring me one, Desiree? You need only go so far as Camp Drybone to find a merchant who sells tools. Now, since we want to go to Ulda anyway, let's do that there. First, the Goldsmith's Guild. First, the Goldsmith's Guild. Yeah, also off screen, I leveled a bit of a goldsmith. A ballpoint chisel? Why, yes, we happen to have a surplus of that particular tool. By all means, take one if you so desire. An auto request, if you don't mind me saying. It has a very limited number of applications. And Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning... My word, did you say a needle-nosed pincers? You must be a skilled craftsman indeed. Please, take this pair as a gift. By the by, do you have representation here in the exchange? If not, I would be most interested in discussing a partnership. And I need the tool maker. Arms merchant? Do you have tools? No, you don't. Fieldcraft? Here, after all. Yeah, which one is it? Bones. Ornamental hammer. The bronze ornamental hammer. And come back to Eastern Finland. Okay, first the ornamental hammer. Here. Thank you, Desiree. It shan't take more than a day, I believe. It's strange. I know I must have learned these skills long ago, but I haven't the foggiest when and where that was. And the other tool. Unlike carpenter's chisels, which have flat heads, this bullpoint chisel has a pointed head and is used by expert goldsmiths to perforate soft metals. Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. It was for naught, though I repaired the device easily. The sensation that stirred within me remains a mystery. But how did I do it? These hands. My hands, they move with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Desiree. This was a mistake. Please give the Horror Lodge to Sister Lunette. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best that it be returned to him. Sister? Good day to you, madam. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time? Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I'm given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Marquez said that it belonged to the deceased. Oh dear, you don't suppose that the owner might be a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marquez manage to repair this device? I knew he had a talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond mending fences and thatching roofs. Yeah, he doesn't seem to know that either. Excuse me, Desiree, you don't know me, but I've observed you assisting the priests with their work. I too would like to offer what succor I might. Since standing the lich in this heat can quickly sap one's energies, perhaps a restorative drink to combat fatigue would be ideal. Of course, Aqua del Sol, that should surely do the trick. To make it, I would need a freshly cut Brazo del Sol. I've not the skill at arms to slay a wild Tender del Sol, but you do, so you need only go so far as the spring east of Camp Drybone. The beasts are often sighted in that vicinity. If you brought me one of their arms, I could make enough Aqua del Sol for everyone. There's a Tender del Sol. Okay. And back to Ilkum. Have you considered my request? You have a pair of arms. I never imagined would you return so quickly. Thank you so much. It's an incredibly simple beverage to prepare. If you would wait but one moment. There. This should serve as a sample of... wait, don't drink it. I mean, I was hoping you might give a first glass to Marquez on my behalf. Of course, I intend to provide everyone with a glass eventually. It's just Marquez is so... well, surely you've noticed what a handsome man he is. Oh, Desiree, what is it? A gift from you, from a certain young lady. For me, thank you. Was it perhaps the girl who... No. No, it couldn't have been her. I appreciate Ilkum's kind gesture, but Father Iliad is in far greater need of this juice. His work places great stain on his body and soul, yet he continues to neglect his health. I recognize you now, Desiree. Allow me to express my deepest condolences for those who lost their lives in the attack. I apologize if discussing this upsets you, but you should know that the bodies of your comrades are presently being removed from the Waking Sands and prepared for transport here. If you wish to leave this work to others, I understand. However, taking part might help you to find closure. Yes, let's return to Vesper Bay and deal with our dead. You don't look like one of them church fellas. Not that I turn you away, no sir. As you can see, we've got a pile of unidentified bodies over yonder. No one's come to claim them, so off to the lich yard they go. Be thankful you didn't have to go inside and see the carnage for yourself. It was the stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Goddamn Imperials. I don't know what quarrel they had with these folks, and I sure as hell don't want to know. The sooner we put this behind us, the better. Say, ain't I seen you around here before? Or do you just have one of them faces? Ah, never mind. Anyway, there's a carriage come to haul the bodies to the lich yard, out by the east gate. There's only 8 left to load up, but seeing as I'm exhausted from carrying all the others, I have a mind to leave a remainder to you. Might want to cover your nose while you work. Some of these folks are starting to turn. One corpse, 2 corpse, 3 corpse. What happened to the big fella? Forget it. Just bring the next batch and toss him in the back. Ain't like they'll complain if you're rough. How you're able to fit this stiff scion of a 7th Dawn corpse into your bag is a mystery best left unsolved. Well, ain't you a strong one? 4 on one trip. Reckon there's no need for me to lend you a hand with the rest one. And Noraxia. Come on, let's finish this before I die of old age. That should be all of them. Thanks for the help. Reckon it won't be too long to deliver all the corpses to the lich yard. Even so, you might want to hurry back and tell them that our work here is done. Okay. I see that you decided to heed my advice. I pray that in doing so you found some small measure of peace. The first carriage from Vesper Bay arrived not long ago, and we've begun preparing your comrades for burial. I had a hand in the initial rites, and I would like you to know that for many, death came swiftly. Rest assured we will treat them with the utmost respect and do everything we can to shepherd them to Thal's realm. There's one thing I regret to inform you. Though we wish to inter your comrades on church grounds, the number of fallen Scions far exceeded our estimates. After discussing the matter with Father Illid, we have concluded that we have no choice but to bury the dead in the same plots as those who perished in the calamity. Please forgive us. We do not wish to dishonor the memory of the fallen, but as caretakers of the Lich Yard, these are the realities we must face. Desiree, what befell your order was an unforgivable crime. If you would have these villains brought to justice, consider making a pilgrimage to the Mark of a Warden. Though I do not follow the teachings of Azima, it is said that to offer prayers before her mark is to invoke her divine judgment. Regardless of your faith, maybe it would be worth the effort. Riding over there. Here we are at the Mark of a Warden. As you kneel before the Mark of a Warden in a moment of quiet solitude, you breathe deep of a dry desert air. The roar of the rushing waters is punctuated by a faint chirping of violkin and the shrill cries of a hawk. The gods, however, remain silent. And back. No idea if it helped, sister, but I'm back. You have honored the dead with your pilgrimage, Desiree. Even if Azima did not hear your prayers, I believe that they provided comfort to your fallen brethren. Remember that although the body is but a vessel that one day must be surrendered to the life stream, our souls shall endure, and the righteous shall find solace in Thal's realm. Although we can perform rites for most of the Scions, there's one whom we cannot accept. We would like you to return this one to her people, the Sylphs of Little Solace. It is only proper that she be given into the care of her friends and family, so that they may mourn her in accordance with Sylphic traditions. Yeah. Let's bring Noraxia home. Comaxio? This one is surprised to see Walking One in Little Solace. How can these ones assist Walking One? Noraxia? But this one does not understand. Comaxio, this one heard much wailing. This one would know what has caused such distress. Terrible news, Elder One. Awful news. Walking One has returned to Little Solace, but why? These ones have not requested further aid. Noraxia? How did this happen? Explain everything to this one at once. So, not only Noraxia, but many of Walking One's friends were lost as well. Noraxia. Noraxia went to Fanalan at the behest of this one. Walking One was with Noraxia at the end. Tell this one that Noraxia was brave. Tell this one that Noraxia did not suffer. This one is glad to hear Walking One's words. Thank you for bringing Noraxia home, Walking One. These ones will wish to thank Praying Ones. Tell Praying Ones these ones will remember their kindness. This one demands vengeance. Imperial ones must pay. Imperial ones must suffer. When time comes for walking ones to face Imperial ones, do not forget these ones. These ones would not have Noraxia's death before naught. These ones will fight. Well, I'm certain you will get the chance, Comaxio. We thank you for your service to the church and to the sylphs. You may be pleased to know that in your absence we interred the remaining scions in the lich yard. Perhaps you still wish to do more for your friends. If so, I would remind you that you have already done so much on their behalf. Please take a rest and set aside your burdens for now, Desiree. Marquez has something to do. I'm not imagining it, Desiree. I know I'm being watched. No, not the girl. I know about her. No, this is different. Sinister. It is as if I'm under observation. The feeling comes and goes, but I felt it when I last ventured outside. Yes, I know I felt it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. I believe this was down here. An Imperial soldier? Okay. What's an Imperial soldier doing here? You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it, he was watching me. But why was he watching me? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could have asked him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait, Father Illid must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens forfend, that such a thing should happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinct about his garb or possessions? Well, the sword is not the first thing I would have noticed. It's more the helmet, but okay. This is Garlean steel, which means the man who was watching Marquez was... Make haste to Camp Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come. Alvino?
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn. And to that end, I have come in search of a legend, The greatest engineer of our time, Master Sid Garland, I have come for you.
Sid Garland, huh?
I fear you are mistaken, child. He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait,
Hear me, Sid. Eorzea needs you.
Sid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you.
who are you?
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Kurthus as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Sid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Sid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
That looks very different.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
Let's.
They need my airship. They need me.
Okay. And with that, I end this episode, and next time we continue in search of Sid's airship. Until then, I am Mace, and don't get lost.